Good evening. Sunday. We've just got home from dropping one of Tony's kids off home from Featherston. Wine is definitely needed tonight. We've got quite a few orders on Trade Me that Tony's picking now.
Yeah, quite a few orders on both, really.
But yeah, quite a few orders on Bricklink. We're doing shipping tonight because we're actually planning on taking tomorrow off.
161. I am still here.
I've done a little work on my market yesterday and today, but we're definitely planning on just taking tomorrow off and just doing sweet fuck all. Hey, darling.
Yeah.
Tony's head needs a rest from counting.
It's not been fun. I've done a little bit of counting over the weekend too.
Yeah, we've had both Tony's kids here all weekend. My two have been in and out, being teenagers. They kind of do their own thing, but yeah. Today was good. Went for a 2k walk with the two younger ones this morning. Fed the birds, fed the ducks. Are you stealing my tri-pillow, Ella?
Yeah.
Alright. What else? Went for a walk. I was real good. Got out of bed by 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Went for a walk. Came home and put dinner on in the slow cooker, trying a new recipe, and it turned to shit. So we've just ordered pizza. So I'm really fucked off about it, but that's okay. The house smells good, but just yuck. We got the head piece.
Yeah. We got that actually last week, but
Yeah.
amongst everything, quite busy. So I haven't actually checked it over, checked that it's, the correct one and all the rest
And
of
I
it.
got a new chicken tile because we had to spend, there was a minimum spend, so I got that. So it's cool. I'm going to run out of room on the printer soon.
Make a shelf.
Dad needs to build me a shelf. That's just what it's going to be. But yeah, busy weekend. We've done heaps of sales on Bricklink. Some of the stuff Tony's put in has sold already.
Yeah, case in point, this guy. We've
Yeah.
sold 2 of him already. We started with 4.
Which is, what is he?
He's an orc. He's called the Hunter Orc
What did
from
he do?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so we've sold 2 of him. We've sold the other little dude from Lord of the Rings. What's his name? He's got long black
I
hair.
know I'm going to pronounce them wrong. Thorin Oakenshield.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
I've sold 2 of them too.
Yeah. And we just got a Bricklink order in as we were driving home because Tony put in the horse pieces. It's like a red cover and a red headpiece for the horses. And some guy said thanks heaps of those. So he's stoked to find them by the sound of it.
Yeah, which is quite... So I chucked a 10% off of everything on Bricklink just to start things moving and stuff like that. It was a quiet couple of days last week, which is probably a blessing.
Yeah.
And we've got quite a few orders today, yesterday, but I didn't actually, because I uploaded the horse pieces probably on Saturday. I uploaded them and I didn't get a chance to put them on the 10% off because I'd already done the 10% off. So you got to keep updating it. So they sold at full price, but the guy was happy enough to buy them. So
Yeah, he's a regular, so that's cool.
yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to crack in, do shipping done. Our pizza's going to be here. It's meant to be here at 6. So we'll see what shipping we can get done before the dinner gets here.
Your Bricklink will be down in 8 minutes,
Yeah.
5 minutes. So
we will crack on. I will drink my wine and do shipping.
Monday morning, first upload of the week. 6,521 parts. I attacked, I don't know if I had it in the vlog, there was, in this location right here, I had a whole lot of blue drawers. They were sort of like, I think they were 3x4 units. Bigger drawers than these, but they're not in with our theme of things. So I'm taking all the stuff that he had in the drawers that he's obviously had somewhat organisation there, and I am just counting it and uploading it. So there was a lot of 1x2 parts. I've just gone ahead and reconciled all the parts that were sitting here, so they're no longer here. But yeah, there's a few bulks in there. 504 bits there, 255, 964, 235, 306. Oh, these are the new quantities, my bad. 155, 228. That one was a hard one to count. So yeah, so there's a few bits and pieces there. I'm just going to put those there and oh, this will probably sit on top of that, and those will go in an overflow because there's way too much there to sit near a drawer. But yeah, not a bad upload to start off with. Trying to get about, I think the goal is about 50,000 pieces for the week, so a fairly good start. And on we go. Okay, so we've got a few more orders out, and now I'm just here working on some more uploads. Just a wee tip, and obviously you can see my screen is black. Me being the idiot I am, haven't deep dived into these here, and I was able to put this into some sort of dark mode, if you will, by going view. I've got it on full screen as well, which is real great, because often you move your mouse around and you run the mouse down here and all of a sudden the taskbar comes up and it just gets really annoying. And I'm only just working out of this, so I might as well have it as big as possible. So full screening that is helpful, and also going to settings, interface, and I put the theme on dark. You can put it light. I think the default is light, but I opted for dark to see how that would go. I noticed that on Brick Arena's channel that he had a different sort of look to it. I like this mode not only because it's easier on the eyes, but you've got different colors like black and a sort of a gray there, separating the lines, so it's easier to separate where you are and sort of keep track of where you are, because it can get a bit overwhelming when you're dealing with a whole lot of parts. So yeah, I don't know, people might already know this. If you don't, there you go. Okay, it's after lunch. I've got these here. This is sort of like a system that he had for bits and pieces. I'm going to start on one that I've eyeballed up. Just like a little accessories and stuff, just smaller pieces. It's probably a good way that some people do to do multiples at once. I'm going to start on this one. This is pretty much all from the Simpsons house. There's lots of around 50 each for those. They're little multi-pack type things that come in the set, a toolkit and a dinner set. So I'm going to work on that one first and sort of work through a few of these this afternoon, because there's lots but not taking up so much room, and at the moment room is sort of a bit hard to come by. I know that we're going to get some more drawers this week to hopefully fix some of this problem, but this is to be expected when we've got to fill up there, but this is always going to be expected when combining such a large amount of stock all in one go. So yeah, I'll get to work on those this afternoon. Okay, this will be probably my last one for the day. I'm a bit numbered out. 5,603 pieces, nearly 1,600 New Zealand dollars, nearly 7 kgs worth of stock. Over 7 kgs. I was going to do these compartments here, but upon opening them up, I realised how difficult it was going to be to sort of scoop them out of there. That's going to be, I think I might give it a little bit of thought before I just go ahead and just dump it on the bench and make a huge mess of it all. There might be an easier way. So I just did some of the stuff in this drawers. These drawers are sort of my bits I'm pulling out to the lounge, from the lounge, and I'm putting into these drawers to load them up, so then I can just easily grab a few bags and just pop them on and work them through. Just going through just a few of the pieces that I got. I like this one. That was quite cool. Quite a high quantity of that one too. We haven't got that stock, so that was good to get in there. That one's always a popular one that sells quite good. 300 of those. The logs sell alright. Yeah, just some bulky grey stuff. 820 of those. 400 of those. 647 of those. Yeah. So it was a good week count up, as it always is. But yes, I've hit another lot through, and if I am correct in thinking, if I just do this, select all, and let's export it right now. Yep, nothing to worry about here. I've got to change one location. That's that one over there. I've just got to add the remark to reflect that it's in an overflow. But if I am correct, and no one's ordered from me, which people have been placing orders this afternoon, which has been sort of like a fighting battle with trying to get to my count. Yeah, there's probably another one here. I'm almost there. So about 47 pieces. So I'll probably do that today, to be honest, just to get the 200,000. But someone probably placed an order, which is probably what happened there, because I was I knew I was about 5.5 out, and I just uploaded 5.6. So yeah, someone's obviously placed an order as well. But that's cool, not to worry. That's all part of the game. But yeah, so should be at 200,000 before the end of the day, and that's a good. Sorry, excuse me. Good end of the day. I'll clean up my rubbish and tidy up and upload another sort of 50 odd pieces and call it out here, and probably edit the vlog from last week, and yeah, have some rest and hit it again tomorrow.
Right, guys, it is late on Thursday. We had to go into Wellington this morning for Ella for the dentist because half of her tooth fell out the other day. So 3 fillings later, and she's actually now sound asleep. This is the market we did last night. Just thought I'd show you before we pick what was sold. That's the set we're giving away. Tony's been to, well, we all went to Mitre 10. Bought all his drawers he needed. That's cool. Notice the wall in the lounge is not really getting any smaller.
It's the last 10 though.
Yeah, I meant the
new drawers.
Yeah. Oh, he was watching the cricket. I bought myself a little trolley from Kmart. Don't recommend them. It's wonky as shit, and it's got dents and stuff in it. So eventually I'm going to get one the same as Tony's, but blue. But yeah, so we're going to pick orders now. God, the house is a mess. And then I'll show you what's gone once Tony picks all the orders.
All right, Friday, end of the week. Well, the working week as such. Not as productive as I would have liked. Got sideswiped by a few things this week, and the market sort of took quite a bit out of Pip, but that's okay. One huge bonus, I now have all the drawers up, relocated. Yesterday I spent a lot of time, I had Ella had the dentist, unfortunately, so she's back at school today, which is great, but she ended up having to have 3 fillings, which is never fun, and we had to go for a trip into Wellington to get that sorted. So yesterday was sort of doing that, doing shipping, and also putting together this wall. Now I found the last 10 of my drawers. 3 of them, I think, were those 3, were the last of my small drawers. Actually looked around the area at all the Mitre 10s while I was sitting at the dentistry, and none of the stores had them. None of the stores had any stock except one. So we took a detour down to Petone and racked off with all of them, which was great. And I think on this side, I think it was from R right down to about here. So that would be about 7. So that's my huge benefit for the week, is actually having finished now 7 high, 26 wide, because it's all the letters of the alphabet of new drawers. So that's 182 units at $34 something stupid. So I think doing the maths yesterday, looking back on how much I'd spent, is about it's over $6,000 on the black drawers, but it's well worth it. So the next project, well, the only project left now, is going to be the used stuff, but obviously new is taking a priority in the store at the moment due to us purchasing the new store. We've got this cart for Pip. Don't know if we talked about it yesterday. I put it together, but it's an absolute piece of shit, to put it politely. I think we spent about 160 on the red one. Pip wanted something similar. We got this from Kmart for about $38, I think, and just putting it together, it's completely subpar. I mean, you get what you pay for, really. And at $38, it wheels around and does bugger all. But just a word of the wise, probably worth the investment for other people considering getting, little wee carts or not wanting to spend a whole deal on them. I mean, this does move, but the wheels are on angles because they don't line up properly, and it's not the greatest. So I'll turn you around. So that was the main takeaway for the week, was finishing the drawers. Earlier in the week we got I did quite a bit of work on Monday. I think I passed the 200,000 mark in terms of parts. I think that required about maybe 16,000 parts putting in on Monday, because I haven't done so much sort of during the rest of the week, and now I've just bought a whole lot of drawers. So now we've got a whole lot of fresh locations in which we can pump in that stock, which is really what I was sort of thinking. I thought, well, I'll take yet another day off yesterday to get those drawers sorted, labelled up, ready to go, put into the store. And then today, tomorrow, the next day, I can really get into things and start pushing that stock in. Plus, we've shown in the store before, going around the sort of the edges on the bottom. I'll flick you around again just to sort of show what I mean. When something gets too full, I'm wanting to push things out to what I like to call the overflow, and some other people have called it an overflow as well, which is great. Things have gotten very, very messy in terms of locations, in terms of just trying to stuff things in. So I'm hoping to tidy that up with the new locations as well, put things into appropriately sized drawers, or at least, make some dents into it, so then when it comes time to picking orders and when it comes time to just moving around the store, I don't knock over a whole heap of them and then end up with about 50,000 pieces on the floor. So there's that part of it too. Obviously, taking over such a large store, it requires a lot of moving and squeezing, because we're trying. I never thought, and if you go back on the vlogs earlier in the year, that I would be able to fit much more than 250,000 parts in this garage, and we're trying to fit what will end up being over 300. So it's going to be a squeeze. But yeah, organisation is key. If everything's a mess, then you just end up being in chaos, and then once something's not where it's supposed to be, it's going to create even more problems, because then you won't know where the hell it is. And so this weekend I'm going to take time, even though I don't like to work on weekends, to tidy up things. I'm also going to try and get another 10,000 parts in the store today, because I feel like we haven't done enough, and we need to be really putting that stock in if we want to be seeing the sales shift in a positive direction there. One thing as well I'd just like to talk about is I had a few back and forths with the original owner of the store. And he watched the vlog, which is great, and I hope he's watching this one. It was actually good because he was able to see the vlog. When we went and picked up the store, we sort of got an overview, and we've gone through our emails and stuff like that of what he had. And upon watching the vlog, he was able to add a couple of pieces to our puzzle, which is the store and how to do it. There was 10 sets that were missed, that were Star Wars sets. I can't remember what they're called exactly, but he had not put them on his sheet. He had not put them sort of in his stock, and there was also 8, I think, Angry Bird sets. So there was a couple of things missed off at his end, which worked in our favour in the situation. But those sets have created a little bit of anomalies when it comes to actually processing the stock. So now, upon knowing that those sets existed, he parted out those sets. They never quite made the inventory. I can add those to the Brick Store sheet, reconcile everything, and all of a sudden I have a much clearer picture of actually what's happened. Because upon going through everything earlier on the piece, it seemed some of the numbers were quite a bit out, and I wasn't understanding why. Some of them were out in our favour, of course, because there was pieces that weren't there, and it made it look like the counts weren't really accurate. But it now turns out, having those final bits of the puzzle now into the equation, I can put those into the spreadsheet, and now I have a much clearer picture of actually what's going on. Because I don't think that the counts should have been exact. There's no possible way, well, there is one possible way, I guess, in an alternate reality, that someone counts everything perfectly, but I don't think that you get everything perfect every time. He also mentioned that extra parts he had not added, he had opted to leave out, so that would obviously create an overflow there in terms of those parts, and we should see that overflow, which is cool. But now, knowing all of these sorts of bits and pieces, it's a much easier job, and also it puts a bit of credibility there where credit's due, where there was quite a bit of organisation, and he was actually reasonably well at doing what he was doing. He just had not added those. From conversations, he had not used Brick Store. So by the sounds of it, he'd made a Brick Store sheet after he closed down his store, and he wasn't familiar with it because he closed his store back in 2017, and this stock is sat in his sort of room that he had it all stored in since then. So yeah, that just creates a bit more of a picture. And obviously, going back to 2017, there wasn't a hell of a lot of YouTube content out there, and that's our saving grace in how we organise stuff. We've taken bits from Brickstar, bits from Brick Arena, there's Brick in the Bucket. There's a whole lot of YouTubers out there that and much like ourselves, that create content so we can put it up and we can help educate others that are doing similar stuff, and maybe they want a few more ideas on how to do it. Maybe they want to see a different way of doing it. So without the likes of those people, we wouldn't be where we are, because all I did when I first started out was just take in content. I remember sitting, and Pip even thought it was very crazy that we were ever going to be considering doing such a thing. And I remember in the early stages of the Bricklink Store, it was we were trying to make everything as organized as possible. I think we got about 5 or 7 of those drawers, and we were trying to color code stuff, and it was and we realized just how much drawers you'd need. So if you take those things into consideration, back in 2017, there wasn't actually a hell of a lot of content out there to help people in his position. There was, I think Brickstar's been around for a long time. Whether or not he's sort of deep dived into his bits and pieces or not, that's another story. But I know he's been around for longer than that. But that's only one YouTuber. Now you've got a whole bunch of them into the mix. And there's a whole lot I've even missed off the list. Much like overseas, you'll probably have people that don't know who we are, because we're quite a small channel. So yeah, it's just adding that sort of piece of the puzzle. Finally figures a lot of stuff out for us. This weekend we've got Lucas, so I'm going to go ahead and put everything in the lounge now into the garage for the first time. So we will have all the pieces in the garage. I've tidied up a spot for it way back there, but yeah, we're going to be having it there, and then so Lucas can't play with it, because that'd be great if he didn't, and I can start just walking back there, grabbing a set of drawers and just putting it in. Having those new locations is going to make the job easier, and also having the final pieces of that puzzle is going to make it easier. So I don't know if I'm going to document too much over the next few days, but I anticipate putting in at least 10,000, maybe even pushing myself to 20,000 pieces this weekend, just because I feel like I need to feel like we make a bit of a dent into it. This week I had visions of about 50,000 parts that I wanted in. I'm not close to that, and that's purely based on how many things that have sideswiped us this week. So I'm not happy with that. I'm just going to keep my head down today and just work away at things. We've got a little bit of shipping, but we did quite a lot last night, just so we could clear up today and have a free day where Lucas comes in and we don't have to sort of juggle 20 things. But yeah, it'll be much head down and working today for me, I think. But yeah, we'll carry on. Might give you a little bit of an update later on how I got on, but yeah. Saturday, just a quick update. I am going to be working a little bit today, just sort of bringing a set of drawers over and working through them. This is my next thing to count, ginormous. not too much to report. I found this, which I thought was pretty cool. I know what that's from. Focus camera. Back to the Future. But also just having a little bit of research. The word shield is misspelled. And there's one that's spelt correctly, one that's not spelt correctly, but it's worth, I think it's worth about $30. So it was a pretty good find. And also we found the Back to the Future instructions earlier, so it makes me wonder whether there's some more pieces that are Back to the Future orientated maybe in this lot. But yeah, so we're working through, what have we got? This is just sort of this morning's amount. We had a tidy up yesterday, we being me, relocating a lot of stuff. But obviously we're going to keep having the same problem over and over again until the store's in, and even past the store being in, just due to some of the quantities being massive, some of the quantities being smaller, our existing quantities combining. But yeah, so we tidied some stuff up. I didn't tidy too much up here. I just created myself a little bit more room. I'll probably focus on maybe tidying up before I start each working day, so then I have a bit better space to work with. We've filled up everything down the bottom here. We're at here. We've still got this to go, I think, just down the bottom of these two. But we're currently here, so that's going okay. I wish I had more drawers, but that'll be a problem I look at after the fact. But yeah, so that's how that's all going. Coming around here, this is where all of the stock is kept. This is my sort of organisation, and I'm sort of just working, it was a couple there, and I'm just working my way down, going through each lot, and I'll get there eventually. This here, there's just instruction books, I think, in the first few that Pip's sorted out, catalogued, and they're ready to upload. I've just got to go through them and upload. We've also had a few people reach out, so we've got Facebook sales and stuff like that. Sell them a bit cheaper, offline for Bricklink, to our local customers. Means no fees, so it is what it is, but they also have to put the trust in us there. And then I've got those ones there, and then last but definitely not least, all of this, and 2 more bags of stuff. So now it's all out in the garage, which is great. So it means that it's not clogging up the house, and I can potter away and work at it a few a day, get through, and keep those uploads going. So in the interest of trying to get to my goal this week, I'm going to carry on today, and I'll probably stop for lunch in a minute and then carry on and get this some more uploaded. Okay, it's Sunday morning. Didn't vlog yesterday overly too much, other than my first sort of get up and get into it. Like I said earlier in the vlog, the stuff is, unless I see something cool and exciting, there's not really much fun about me just counting pieces. But I'll give you an update. I'll just look around. So I got these out. Well, that was my last night's job, actually. I did more of this stuff, and it's relatively still not too bad. It gets messy when I have to sort of double stack like that. I'll take you out here. I emptied out one of those. 5 of these units. So they're just sitting there because we're not sure what we're going to do yet, but we'll wait till we get to the end to decide maybe that we need a couple, or maybe that we're going to just chuck on Facebook Marketplace and get rid of them. So in total yesterday I got up, there's my numbers for yesterday, because I like to keep sort of track of how I'm going. Did 24,261 parts, which is my biggest day, which is great. Surprised me a little bit being a Saturday. I thought I'd just get a chance to potter and do a little bit, but it really added up once I finished off. And that totaled for $3,754 worth. That's at a 6-month average. Yeah, so it's just pottering along. Last night, and I'm probably going to do these at night times while I just sit on the bed or sit on the couch, wherever I'm sort of stationed as I'm relaxing. These here are well, they're quite a cool container actually upon closer inspection. I'm not going to use them myself because we don't really use anything like this, and to use it would mean that we would have yet another storage thing. But Pip did a little bit of research. She couldn't really come up with anything. I think she came up with a country overseas that sells them. But really, when you think about it, they might be the last person to sell them, and these might have been for sale in New Zealand easily. So I'll have to flick the guy a message to maybe understand where they came from. But what they do is these things here, these little inserts, they come out, which is quite cool. So you can make however big or small compartments you want, which is pretty handy when doing something like this, because you can get a few pieces in here. I had mountains up to here of what I did count last night was the dots, 1x1 stud dots. That was my last sort of one. So a lot of that is just dots. There's some telescopes, some levers, just real small stuff, and he kept the smaller stuff in these, which is smart, really, when you think about it, because back in the day when I would do my bits, see, good example right there. If I've got 6 pieces in there, it's using up an entire drawer. Now I can get compartments in there. I can divide, but yeah. Those little pieces, they add up when once I go through. I haven't even gone through all of the drawers yet, consolidating them down so I can get the most out of my drawers yet, upon deciding to go through the phase of putting in dividers. But yeah, it can take up a lot of space when you're sort of using a whole drawer. So not a bad idea. Just not the one that we would do, I would think. And it might suit someone, maybe even not even a Lego orientated person, but a craft type person. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of them once I actually get through all of them, rather than just drip feed Facebook Marketplace, because someone may go, oh shit, I'm going to have the whole lot. So I did a couple of those. I'll do a couple of those probably every night, or aim to. He's got his Technics in here, and these labels are really helpful, especially when trying to find numbers for stuff as well. It was really easy to find the numbers for the dots, telescopes, taps, yeah. But yeah, so that's fun. So pretty much I'm going to put that away this morning. The last thing that I'm going to do this week on the vlog, and it's a little bit of an exciting one, and I put it to the side quite a bit, is, as you'll see, I'll reverse myself out. I've started to actually clear that out. I think I took one from maybe where that box was. That was a 2x2. It's a 2x2. It's a brick. A 2-drawer unit. So I took that away, and this is just overflow. This is actually stuff that's counted. It's now in the overflow because my bins have filled up and reached capacity. So I probably need to get a couple more of these, and I thought I would, just due to how much stock is here. Funny story too. Someone reached out. Well, they put out on the Facebook Marketplace, on the Lego page, that they wanted a Ghostbusters box. These Ghostbusters box, upon looking at them, it's got 6 of them there, and 6-month average is $74 for the box. And I sat there and I was like, I can't really justify selling a piece of cardboard for $74, but that's part of the collector side of things. So I don't know, what's people's thoughts? I know Bricklink has their own value on these, but what's your thoughts on selling boxes? And secondly, how do you go about shipping such a beast? That's why these have sat to the side. I have not tried to problem solve. There's some very good boxes here, some valuable boxes, I know that, but that's why I don't want to chuck them out, because I want to at least have a look into it. But he put up that he needed a Ghostbusters one, and I gave him a message. I was second in, but the first person lives in Auckland, so I think that might be a postage issue. But yeah, it'd be good to understand how I'm going to actually go about shipping these. But yeah, so he lives actually locally. He's going to come and pick it up at his convenience. I said to him, because he said, oh, I want to make sure it's not marked and stuff. I said, well, I've got 6 here. I sent him a few photos, and I said, you can come in and take your pick of whatever one you want. It's neither here nor there for me. As a collector, you want to sort of inspect a product before buying it, so that's no problem to me. So yeah, so that was a funny story that happened yesterday. But my lovely job I'm going to do is pull out these 2 bags, and they're full of sets. Okay, so I think there's 3 sets there. There's a Minecraft set that's not as valuable. I think it's 2017 maybe. There's also possibly some parts from Big Ben from memory, and possibly some parts from Ghostbuster. And in there, the Ghostbusters is the the Ghostbuster Firehouse. And in there, the last parts we need for the ghost, we're hoping, the last parts of the Ghostbuster minifigures are in there. So that's where they are located, or that's where we've understood them to be located, because he didn't fully sort them. He stopped sorting at that point. He gave up, probably on the basis that that's such a gigantic job. I would too, looking at that, if I had another job, because sorting Lego can be quite tedious and mundane, but that's cool. So we're going to pull those out. I'm going to probably have them sprawled out on the lounge floor in there somewhere, and hope how the kids don't touch them. Probably go about sealing bags that are unsealed up, because they might have been opened to get specific parts for minifigures, maybe, I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and do that, just to have a little bit of a tidy, and just to look at what we have there, just so then I can go about what I'm going to do next week, because for the market, for our market, which actually did the best it's ever done this week, I think we ended up selling about $380 worth of parts, which was great, for our Wednesday Facebook market. We're going to have to go back to a couple of these sets. Pip's going to put the Arcane Asylum minifigures up. She's got some used minifigures as well, which is great. Probably combo that off with, we've got a used lot that we haven't touched around the corner, so we'll start to look at normal workload as well next week. But also I'm going to have to do maybe 2 or 3 of these sets. I like the look of this one, so hopefully I can get that past the boss. Heaps of minifigures, but a lot of value as well. I know Iron Man minifigures are sought after, and it'll be good to part that one out. Plus, I like doing things in at least 2s. I think, from memory, Pip's been wanting to do this set, and now that it's actually available for part out on Bricklink, that'll probably get straight gobbled up. So, yeah, so few things in the pipeline. Hopefully we can get some more sets. We stopped buying sets a couple for this week and last week, just mainly because we've got such a gigantic workload already, and money just continuing to go out seems backwards. We've got to recoup and sort out, the payments for this. So yeah, we will carry on, and I'll do one more bit of the vlog where I showcase the bags of stuff. Alright, I have just sorted the bags, so I'll turn you around. This here is the Minecraft end portal, I think. I believe it's all there, which is good. A couple of bags that were opened, probably just due to sitting around and sort of splitting or movement or something like that. Because the bags, obviously, they're not as fresh as they could be, obviously, because they've been out of the box for a bit. It looks like it's all there. I've had a good scan on the instruction list online. No instructions. It's a bit of a funny conundrum with this one, because the sealed bags are all there, and we have no boxes, we have no instructions. So it's the part out value for the 6-month average for everything here is about $150, and the brand new price for these sets is about, I think the average is about, the cheapest is about $229, but that would be with box and instructions. So it's hard, because opening the bags we would lose value in that sense. But I'm going to go ahead and open them anyway, in the interest of just continuing to put everything in the store. Otherwise I feel like I might sit on for stock too long, whereas if I list these straight away, the Minecraft Steves that have the armor, they usually go, they will probably go, everything with armor with Minecraft tends to go quicker. The Endermans are selling well from the other sets we've got, so I'm just going to open them up and just go down that process. So that's that in a nutshell. Then the second set is the Ghostbusters. So there's obviously a few bags of these parted out already, which is cool. But yeah, so that's our picture for the Ghostbusters that are not parted out. So this should be able to, now I can quickly identify where the remaining minifigure parts may be, and if they're not, they'll probably be in the accessory sort of stuff for the containers that I showed earlier. Yeah, so that's cool. No Big Ben, which was cool. He's probably obviously already parted that one out, which is awesome. But yeah, so that's our picture for these. I'm going to, with these ones, probably follow a normal part out process rather than working off the worksheet that I've got, just because it's more of an exact. I don't have to chase down numbers. I'll probably smash over this. This will be about 4,500 parts. I'll probably look to smash over this one, maybe part it out into colours later on today and get it ready for the putting into the store tomorrow, and then work on this one as well, just because it's a bit easier to this one's not all there, so I'll have to go and delete stuff off the sheet as well as I work down. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so that's the picture of the 2 bags of we had 2 bags of those sealed up sets. So that pretty much shows them. All right, flipping you around. Yeah, so it's been a big week. Not as big as I would like to have had. I've got a sort of a goal in my head now where I want the store to be uploaded and all completely in stock for sale online before my birthday, which is I think it's 10 days or something, or 12 days, just so then I can properly sit down and have relax on my birthday. So that's my sort of goal, and I'll be keeping to push that. Basic maths, it means about 50,000 pieces every 5 days, 10,000 a day. I had days like yesterday where I put in over 20,000, so that's completely helpful to working that out. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on. Next week's going to be a bit bigger, I feel, because we don't look to be sideswiped by mundane tasks and bits and pieces that are in our personal lives as well. So looks like we've got a clear week of just solid work, which will be really good. But yeah, thanks for watching if you still are, and we'll see you in the next one.